This is actually exhausting. Like, it is so exhausting to go to YouTube every time, like how to make money online fast, how I make this amount of money. Like, it's never ending. And it's like, every time I see it, but like at the same time, I get it because these are the type of videos that got me to where I am today, where I made $26,000 in the last month just helping local business owners get Google reviews. Like that's all it did. And like, I see these videos and I want to throw up my mouth because I know how like deceiving they are and how they don't show the full picture and they just are trying to sell you something. And I'm like scared to come off that way just because I'm promoting HighLevel as an affiliate, right? But like, I want to give everything away because these sort of videos made me, into what have able to accomplish today, getting an award from HighLevel, making $26,000 a month. So today, I'm going to try and show you kind of my no BS guide to making money online at risk of becoming one of these people right here.
No shit.
So if you like it, great. At the end of the video, I'm going to direct you to a 9-hour video where I literally show you everything, like from A to Z. You don't know anything about the sort of business model that I run, helping local business owners get Google reviews. To like day 7, you have clients, everything set up, you're ready to rock and roll. So yeah, if you want to watch this, stick around. And if you think I'm just some make money online affiliate guru, jerk course seller, then that's great too. So at this point, you might be like, this sounds really technical. It sounds difficult. I don't know how to do any of this stuff. I'm just a beginner. I'm just trying to make an extra $1,000, $3,000, $5,000 a month on the side. Like, this sounds like a big endeavor. And here's the great news. And it's beginner friendly because there's this software called HighLevel, right? So what HighLevel is, it allows you to, let's show you all the features here. It gives you all of these features that normally business owners are paying 10 or 15 different softwares for, and it combines it all into one platform where they give you different sub accounts. So you can have unlimited sub accounts on the $297 a month plan, or 3 sub accounts on the $97 per month plan, where you could set each client up on a different sub account, and they could all pay you $100, $300, $500 a month, depending on what you're selling them, right? And the great part is that if you're a beginner, they've gone through the process of building out the software, hiring the developers and everything, and now you can just slap your logo on it and it's beginner friendly. And the reason why I love white label for beginners, like white labeling a software or something like that for beginners, is because you don't have to worry about the product side of things, right? To make money in a business, you need to have like a product or service you have to sell, right? So that's HighLevel. HighLevel providing that product, that software, that service that we're providing. HighLevel's built all of it, right? We just have to figure out how to set people up on it, which is pretty simple if you've used the software like that before. And even if you haven't, you can learn it in a couple of days if you actually focus and sit down and don't convince yourself you're not a techie person, right? And so now all we have to do is figure out how to market and sell, right? So instead of having to do product, marketing, sales, all that stuff, and also hiring and paying people to do this sort of stuff, we always have to worry about is marketing and selling, right? Which is simple. It's not easy. It's simple though. And so if you can just kind of put your head down for 3 to 6 months, you can figure these 2 out. You don't have to worry about this third one, which is a huge time saver. And if you see that you get a 14-day free trial with HighLevel, but if you sign up with my link down below in the description, you'll get an extended 30-day trial. You'll get my Snapshot, which basically what a snapshot is that it gives you all the stuff I built out for all my clients that we work with for Review Harvest that pay us $100, $300 a month just for reviews. You get all the templates, all the automations, all the scripts, all that stuff baked in. You just use my link down below, and I'll send you all that stuff over so you can just plug and play your business name, your logo, whatever. You also get access to my community with like 600, 700 people in it. They're doing the same thing, so we can all learn from each other. And then 2 to 3 coaching calls a week with me so that I can meet you where you are and help you get set up and make sure you start making some semi-passive income. And if you're hesitant and you don't think that business owners would want to pay you $200 a month to help get them more reviews, let me just show you this. If you see, do a simple search in our area, just Beach Bonfires 30A. It's kind of weird. Like, we have I'm near a beach here, and people will pay $500, $1,000 just to go set up a bonfire on the beach for them and get the permit and all that stuff, and they can just sit there and eat and do stuff for it, right? So 30 Blaze is actually my first client ever. They've been a client for almost 3 years now, and they've paid me anywhere from like $400 to $2,000 a month, just depending on going up and down with different services and stuff like that. But for the reviews, we've always been doing that, and they've got almost 900 reviews, so 898 reviews. They're ranking #1 organically for all their main keywords. So anywhere in their service area, people are typing in Beach Bonfire, they're ranking #1. And not only are they ranking #1, and this is how you can sell it to them, I want to make you the no-brainer option in your area. Everyone that sees your business on Google should know that you are far and above better than the competition, and they should choose you. So not only are these reviews, are we going to automate the process of requesting reviews to save you time, we're also going to make sure you rank higher on Google so more people see you But lastly, we're going to make sure people choose you to make sure you're the no-brainer option in your area, because you can see they've got 700, 800 more reviews than the closest competitors. Not to mention their perfect 5.0 star rating. And so you can see how when you tell business owners like this, like, hey, I know you're the best business in your area. Like, I know that. Hopefully they are. If they're not, you might have to change the pitch a little bit. But to them, like, yes, of course, I just want my business profile to reflect that. And so our job at Review Harvest, or whatever the name of your company is going to be or whatever, is to make sure that your Google business profile accurately reflects all your customers and how happy they are. And so that people will choose you when they look you up on Google because you look like the no-brainer option. And so that's what we're going to do, getting you more reviews. You're probably sitting there saying, that all sounds great and dandy, but how do you actually get them the reviews, right? Are you going to show us that part? Well, yep, here we go. And just so you also, just one other way you know that I'm not faking this and I actually do this for a living and I actually own Review Harvest and help people get Google reviews. These are a list of all the sub accounts in my HighLevel account. If I go ahead and just try to export all of these, you'll be able to see 287 accounts. And so I promise I didn't just go create 287 fake accounts to show that as proof, but I just wanted to go ahead and add some more validity there. And so when it comes to doing this, what you need to do is you need to make sure you have a HighLevel account, right? If you haven't already, sign up my link down below. You'll get coaching, you'll get my snapshot, you'll get a whole bunch of stuff that's going to make this journey way easier for you. Also, obviously, coaching calls with me every week and stuff like that. So if you click on create sub account here, this is in your agency view of HighLevel, right? So it's important to know that HighLevel has an agency view where you can kind of zoom out and you can see all your sub accounts and all your clients, and then you have the sub account. You can go into the sub account. So we're going to create a sub account, which would show up here. Snapshot, right? So we want to make sure that you download my Google review snapshot that I'll just email to you automatically once you're prompted to join my community if you sign up my link. And then you'll be able to either add the details of the business that said yes and they said they want reviews. So you can just add their details here manually, or you can go ahead and search them up. So we could search up like tree care. There we go. All right, so you find the tree care business. You might not be able to find them on Google Maps. No worries, just add them manually. And then from there, you want to go ahead and add their business details. So this is going to create the business details of the sub account you're creating. This is not adding them as a user. This is not sending them an email. It's just creating a sub account. So I'm going to add some dummy information in here and we'll move on to the next step. All right, once you have added the information of the business, you want to click on add sub account. From there, it's going to prompt you to you're still going to be in the agency view, and it's going to show you kind of managing the sub account from the agency view. And so within this next view that it's going to show you here, you can add a card on file. You can turn on SaaS mode where you basically automatically rebill them for all their text and email expenses and stuff like that, so you don't get stuck holding the bag there. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and switch into a sub account. I'm gonna show you kind of what an onboarding call would look like. So you either want to meet with them in person and get them to pull out their computer, or you want to get them to hop on a Zoom call and get them to share their screen. That's just always how I've done it. But to add them as a user, you want to go to settings and you want to go to my staff. And then from there, you just want to go ahead and click on add user and add their name and email and stuff like that. From there, the first step is getting them to connect their Google Business Profile. So you'll have this custom dashboard. This will show them how many review requests they've sent out and stuff like that. That's all automatically included in the snapshot. But if you're not on the $497 plan, it's not going to come through automatically because HighLevel does not allow multiple dashboards. That's not a me thing. I wish I could get it to you. That's just a HighLevel thing. And so if you go to Launchpad, they'll be able to click on connect their Google Business Profile. So you say, hey, click on Launchpad, click on connect. They'll be able to log into their Google Business Profile. That's going to allow us to respond to the reviews, get their Google review link, all that jazz. From there, we want them to click on contacts and we want them to upload a list of their previous customers, right? So this is where we get a little bit tricky here, but you need them to go to their CRM, their QuickBooks, their booking system, whatever they use, wherever all their customer information is saved, you need them to download as a spreadsheet and then click on import contacts and you want to go ahead and add all their contacts through here. We're going to need that when we do the review reactivation. So the first play in our playbook is to do review reactivation, where we reach out to all their previous customers slowly over the course of a couple of weeks to get them a whole bunch of reviews up front. So like, oh, wow, they're doing a great job, right? And from there, what we want them to do is we want them to click on marketing and we want them to connect their social media accounts, right? So this is going to allow us to, boom, after they connect their social media accounts, this is going to allow us to click on, boom, post reviews. What do you want to post? We only want to post 5-star reviews, obviously. We can upload a couple photos, their logo, stuff like that, and we can post those reviews on top of those photos for them automatically. So when they log on Facebook next time, they see we've posted, they're like, oh, great, they're still doing work. I'm still going to pay them, right? So from there, the only other thing we need from them is just some photos, their logo, stuff like that. A lot of times you can just grab that from their Facebook. But that's pretty much a pretty good onboarding call. If you can get integrated into their CRM, that's going to be really huge. I have a whole other video on CRM integrations and how to do that. Basically, all that means is after the customer they get, they're getting added to the sub account so that we can automatically request reviews. So we're consistently getting them reviews so they don't have to add them manually, right? And so just look up on my channel like CRM integration and you'll find some great videos on that. From there, the onboarding call is pretty much done. And what we want to do is we want to click on reputation. We want to go ahead and click on settings. We want to turn on AI review responses. So we make sure reviews AI is turned on where we can automatically respond to all their reviews. You can create separate agents with different tones, different prompts to respond to the negative reviews versus the positive reviews. We want to go ahead and make sure we grab their Google review link and then go to the brains of the sub account, which is the custom values. So custom values control this whole entire sub account. These are baked in with my Snapshot, right? So you only get these if you sign up with my link down below in the description. And basically what these custom values do is they control the way this sub account behaves based off the customer, right? So we have the Google review link, we have their photos, we have their logo, all that sort of stuff. But then we get into some really specific stuff like how many times should we follow up, right? So every time a contact's added, how many times should we follow up with them for review requests? And this is going to be different based off the business every time, right? If somebody just works with a customer once and they don't work with them every week, we probably want to follow up 3 or 4 times to give them the best chance of getting that review. Whereas if they work with a customer every single week or every 2 weeks, we might not want to follow up at all because they're going to be added every 2 weeks until they get the review, right? And then we also have some notifications of tracking how many review requests are they sending out every week? Because if they're not adding customers, we're not getting them reviews, they're going to churn. And so we need to say, I expect them to send about 5 or 20 review requests every 14 days. If they don't hit that threshold, we'll be notified before they cancel so we can fix the problem and make sure they're getting reviews. From there, all you want to do is navigate to their contacts and select all their contacts and just upload them to the review reactivation. So there'll just be a select all button right here. We go to review reactivation. It's going to slowly start to reach out to them. And so you'll be able to get them a bunch of reviews up front and they'll be stoked on you, right? And like you can see that the results we get for people are crazy. If you go to reviewers.com/results, 2,800% increase in reviews, 40 reviews to 458 reviews, 27 reviews to 817 reviews, 1 review to 468 reviews. Like these review reactivations are powerful. And once you couple them with ongoing service, once you get a good integration, you couple them with an ongoing service where you're constantly getting them reviews, the numbers can just get wonky. And that's how they pay you for months and months and years and years. A lot of our clients now have been with us for over a year and have only been doing this for 2 years. So I've got some clients that have been with me since the very beginning. And so, yeah, that's how you get people reviews. That's the actual meat and potatoes, setting a business up so they pay you every single month. So how do you actually get business owners to say yes to you? How do you actually get them to allow us to let them get Google reviews even for free? I wish I had some really expensive system to sell you that you could pay me every single month for, and then I'd make a whole bunch of money. But really, in reality, the way that I did it was this right here. And you can just screenshot this and use it for the next, honestly, 3-6 months to maybe even a year because you can do it for free. And this is exactly how I got my first 10, 30 and on to like 60 or 70 SaaS customers on HighLevel for Review Harvest, right? So the first thing I did was I focused on getting proof, not profit. I recommend that to anybody. You want to just get some reps under your belt. In the beginning, a business owner allowing you to set this up for free, they're doing you the favor, right? They're like that was when they allowed me to set up for free. I was like, yay. I'm like, it's a good deal for me because I get reps under my belt. I can get a case study. I can get a review. I can get a referral. And so first, just reach out to your network, like your phone contacts, people that know you, like you, trust you already. Here's a script you can send out to them, and then just go ahead and try to get some results, right? And then use those results to reach out to people in your area, right? So I got my first 10 to 15 customers this way, and then I reached out to people in my area locally to go ahead and continue to expand, get 20, 30, 40 customers, right? And get some more proof. And then once you have a lot of solid proof, you can use that proof and use that profit to scale, right? So once you get to your first 10 customers, you can probably start charging. Like you have enough reps under your belt, you probably feel comfortable saying, hey, let's go ahead and get a card on file. Let's do a 14-day free trial. Then it's going to be X amount a month after that, right? But once you start making some money, you want to start reinvesting that money back into ads. So I was at about 30 or 40 customers. I'd been doing it for probably 5 or 6 months. And I was kind of hitting a plateau with my kind of cold outreach locally. And so what I did was I just created a simple ad saying, hey, my name's Clay from Review Harvest. I help this business go from X to Y reviews. I'd love to do the same thing for you for free. I ran that ad, and within 2 months, I pretty much doubled the amount of customers I had. I think I went from like 35-ish to 60 or 70 customers paying me every single month running that ad. And I only have 15,000 year-round residents in my area. And so when it comes to, if you live in a city with 100,000 business owners, 100,000 year-round residents, that you could probably build a business just in your local area to 15, 20K, 30K per month, right? Because one of the hardest transitions I made was going from local ads to national ads, because once you run ads nationally, you don't have that local trust to then help them show up to the call, help sell the call. Every single metric you could track, show up rate, close rate, all that sort of stuff is going to go down once you go nationally, right? And so in the beginning, I recommend like using your network and then reaching out to people locally, leveraging that trust, and then start running ads. And so that's how I got to my first 70 clients. And plus, when you run ads locally, if there are any high rollers in your area, like big CEOs of companies or people that own really massive companies, when you say, hey, my name's Clay from insert your city name, that's going to make their ears perk up, right? If you just say, hey, my name's Clay, I'm helping people get reviews, they're probably like, oh, it's just a kid, whatever, and move on. But when you say that you're from the same area that they are, they're going to be willing to help you out. Honestly, I had so many examples of like big business owners reach out to me because they saw my ad and be like, hey, I want to get some reviews. I want to know what this is all about. Something I would never had a shot with, never had the proof, never had the reputation to kind of demand that sort of business, except for the fact they were in my area. And so now they're more than willing to work with me. And at this point in the video, you might be stoked. You might be like, oh, I'm going to be a millionaire. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to make some passive income. And I just want to reset expectations that this is hard. If it was easy, everybody would do it. I mean, this is hard. Like, just to elaborate, I haven't had a weekend where I haven't worked in probably 3 years. And I don't have a single day that I don't have guilt of not working because there's something that needs to be done, right? And so it's just entrepreneurship in general, but like you're trading, if you are working a job right now or something, you're trading the 9 to 5 for a 24/7. Like I promise you, like you will constantly kind of be on. And there are people that are better at segmenting it than me, but I'm a pretty ambitious person by nature. And so I always want more and more and more. I want to grow the business and all that sort of stuff. And so it has been hard. I've sacrificed a lot. I've sacrificed hanging out with friends. I've sacrificed going out on weekends. I've sacrificed a lot of stuff. And I'm finally getting kind of to where I'm a little bit more chill, right? But I need to kind of get back in the grind if I want to grow, and just want to reset expectations, guys. Like I've been on the end of watching these hype videos and then just getting disappointed because they don't tell you how hard it actually is. And just know that this is difficult. But if you're willing to stick to something for a couple years, like I just always compare it to college. Like you can go to college for 4 years, accumulate $200,000 of student loans debts, and then barely be able to get a job or be able to get a good job to pay off that student loan debt at the end of the 4 years. So you just spent 4 years of your life accumulating a whole bunch of debt and not making progress towards really anything. I mean, you have that degree, but depending on the degree, it might not be valuable, right? If you were to spend 4 years as focused on college as you were this, if you weren't able to hit $10,000 per month in 4 years of 40 hours per week focused on this, like you should be studied, because I promise it's pretty simple. It's simple, not easy. It's just going to take time and it's going to take reps. And so I just want to make sure to set those expectations properly. Like I don't want you to think this is a get rich quick scheme or anything like that. If you made it this far in the video, you might be interested in taking the next step and signing up with HighLevel with my link down below in the description, so you can get access to my community that has coaching calls with me, all my training, all that sort of stuff. Just a little bit of context here. You can see if we go to their wins, you can see Dan got his 5th client. Brian Kelly had a client win. Frankie has 26 clients in about 70 days. People are getting their first reviews, first testimonial videos. People are getting results. And so if you want to, feel free to tap my link down below in the description. You'll get all access to my templates, my snapshots, all the stuff. I mean, I don't hide anything here. And you can see we have the day 1 through day 7, how to start from 0. And then by day 7, have your first paying client and everything set up and rocking and rolling. So I can't wait to see you in the community. And if you want to just watch the training, the 9-hour training where I show you how to set up everything from 0 all the way to having paying clients, feel free to check out this next video here.